Yo, what's up guys, Monica here. We're back with another video. It's been quite a while since I've recorded. I want to say at least a year to 2 years since I've recorded, so it's quite awkward, to be honest. It's really not awkward, it's just a feeling I'm not used to anymore. But in today's video, I just thought I'd make a quick tutorial on how to PokeGen Pokemon correctly with PK Hex in today's day and age. This is going to be for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. This is going to be completely for battle ready Pokemon. So for Egglocks, for completely legit Pokemon, for Egglocks, Battle Spot, VGC, anything you name it, these Pokemon are going to be completely legal for. So with that, we can go ahead and get started. We do have this folder here. We'll have this folder in a zip file down in the description below for you guys. In here we have the PK Hex folder, and then you'll have this back folder that I'll probably delete as you'll be making your own back folder each time you load PK Hex. And then you have this base folder here. This is going to be useful a little later on. But what you're going to do is you're going to open up PK Hex. Before this, you must have a backup or you have to extract your save data, so pretty much a backup of your save data. I'm not really going to say how to do it in this video, but you could just search up JKSV, I believe, or JKSM. It's a save manager to where you can extract and import your save data, because you do need save data from Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun to go ahead and do this before you can go ahead and put them into PKX. But once you have that, you can go ahead and continue with the tutorial. From here, it's going to immediately open up my save file, but since we're going to do it like we're brand new, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to File, go to Open, and then typically it's going to go straight to the file that is already opened. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your USB here. You're going to go to JKSV. That's what the folder, the save file is going to be saved under. Then you go to Saves here, as it'll automatically save it. Go to your game, which will be Pokemon Ultra Moon or Pokemon Ultra Sun. And then you're going to have this saved folder here. So you're typically going to click on this, or whatever you name the save as you can name the save, the folder here. But you're going to have two folders here. You're going to have one that's going to be a complete, perfectly non-gen file. And then you're going to have a gen file here. Just in case, keep it back up, just so you don't lose your file, don't corrupt your game or anything. So we're going to go to gen here, go to your main, and then it'll open up that same save file there, as you can see. Now, what the point of this is to completely show you a legal Pokemon. Now, we do have this Eevee here. This Eevee was bred in the game. It's actually the egg that you get from the Pianola, right? Pianola? Yeah, Pianola Ranch. The egg that you get there, and then, this was completely legally hacked. So what you want to do is right here, this base, this base file here is going to be this Eevee. So you can go ahead and drag this. Oh, we can go ahead and click on another Pokemon just to show you. So we'll go to View here on Aerodactyl. Go ahead and click this, drag it over, and it'll actually show you this Eevee. So as long as you drop this Eevee into this area here, it'll load it up. Now from here, you can change anything you want. Just make sure that it's a breedable Pokemon. So what we're first going to do is, you can see I have a Pokemon to build list over here. So we do have, let's say, Greninja. We do have Greninja here. So let's go ahead and drop Greninja in there. Go ahead and do that. And then you can go ahead and change the nickname to whatever you want. Ideally, you want to change the name to 100. Unless it's an egg, then it's a completely different story. And then let's just build a random. We'll do Timid. Here, change it to whatever nature you want. Held items, same thing. We'll do a choice specs setup. This is not going to be the setup I use. I'm just throwing something together. Friendship, just typically put it to 255 unless you're running a frustration. As frustration, you want it as 0. So just leave it as 255 just because it'll be the max friendship there. No, form here with Greninja. With your ninja, you have the Ash form. I don't know what the active form is, but you do have, what's the active? Okay, so this is going to be the Ash form to where it can change, and this is going to be the Ash form actively. Just leave it under normal unless you get the specific specs you need for the Ash Greninja. And I'm not trying to build an Ash Greninja, so just completely leave it under normal form. Same thing. I would typically leave the Pokemon under normal form, and then once you get into the game, change them to their forms. If that goes with Megas, if that goes with the Genies, any of that, just change it to their normal forms, and then when you get in game, change it to the form that you want it to be. And then here we do have the abilities. You can set it to Protean since the hidden ability is available in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But just choose whichever ability you want. Just make sure it's legal. Do not change this language or any of this, as this will be from your saved data, so don't change any of that. you can actually put PID here. You can make it shiny or not shiny. Just make sure you hit reroll every single time. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this shiny. Then we have met here. Do not change any of this at all. The only thing you want to do is go over here and put it as today's date. So it'll show that the egg was hatched today. And all this will just show that it was actually hatched. You could go down here, go to today's date also. So that it was actually hatched today. So that you can go ahead and use it as it was genned or hatched. Yeah, bred and hatched today. Now from here you want to go to stats. Ideally you want to change all your IVs to 31s as that's completely legal. And if it's competitive mon, honestly you want the best stats in every single stat. So change them all to 31 and then just change the IVs or EVs to whatever you want. 252 speed, 252 special attack. Put 4 HP on there, you know, you just throw whatever EVs you want. Play around with the hidden power if you want hidden power. Just make sure the IVs and the hidden power match up. So I'm not really using hidden power, so just leave it there. Then we're going to build a set real quick. Now what I typically use, we'll load up the internet real quick. Pokemon. I'll just type in Greninja, honestly. So just type in the Pokemon's name, and then you can go ahead and go to Pokemon DB. And if you click on Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, it'll go ahead and bring up everything currently. Now, I've tried recording this video before. Egg moves, I'm pretty sure, are not updated for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon yet on Pokemon DB. So be wary of that. But, you know, we'll just go ahead and build a special set. We'll bring Scald's a TM. We'll put in... Oh, here. Yeah, this is another good point. All of these moves here are actually moves that Greninja learned itself. So you can use these as a reference. Just to go ahead and make sure that, you know, all of these moves are legal. Make sure I'm using these moves, you know, stuff like that. Actually, in egg moves, we can go to Sun and Moon. Egg moves, we have like toxic spikes and stuff like that. I wonder if toxic spikes, okay, because in the last video I did a Weavile, and the Weavile was having problems with his moves, but as long as you follow these green moves here, your moves are completely legal. So just to show you guys, we'll put Toxic Spike here. Whenever you have an egg move, so as you see it is an egg move here, make sure you put it as a relearn move, because that's pretty much what an egg move is. And as you see, it'll throw off that legal sign right there. I'll say it'll have these, but don't worry about it. Then we'll throw on... Got Scald. Let's throw on Dark Pulse. Let's throw on... Let's see, Extra Sensory. That's a nice, there you go. All right. Pound Growl. Yeah, right. That's what was the problem. So you want to have the level 1 moves. So right here, all the level 1 moves, you want to have some of the level 1 moves. I mean, you could put, honestly, well, actually it has to be like actual level 1. So go to Froakie. And then you'll see here Pound and Growl are its level 1 moves. So I always go to base evolution, check out its relearn moves, so it'll always be born with Pound and Growl. And then from here, go to other trainer, miscellaneous. And what you want to do is click on trainer info here. And then right here, you're going to see your trainer name, your trainer ID, and then your secret ID. Just make sure you go ahead and copy that information and put it here so that it seems like you bred the Pokemon and that it was a completely legal Pokemon from your game. Same thing with here, make sure that it is your Ultra Sun or your Ultra Moon. You can keep it as demonic, it's no problem at all, but just in case so you can bypass any checks, make sure you go ahead and change it to your stuff. Now with that being said, this Pokemon is actually completely legal. So with that, we can go ahead and set it here. And the same thing applies to any other Pokemon. You just make sure the nature, ability, all that's legal. And then as long as you leave this Met slot here as this here, which just means that it was hatched from an egg. And then make sure the attacks, you know, relearn moves and all that good stuff. And just make sure here, just double click it, make sure it says legal. You're completely fine. So we do have that Greninja. And another thing I did want to show you guys is I do have here, I have a box of Pokemon that I caught, of legendaries that I caught in game. So what you want to do is, like, say you want to make a, let's go to Thundurus for example. Now we have this Thundurus here. I would catch them in the game just in case. Now you can go to Cerebi. I know Cerebi has, you know, the levels that they're met at and the place that they're caught. You can go to Cerebi, copy some of that information, and you should be good that way. But I typically want to catch the Pokemon first. Once you catch the Pokemon first, then go ahead and make as many sets as you want, as you can duplicate the Pokemon and do whatever you want with them. So we have this Thundurus here, so from here you can change it to, you know, whatever natures you want. We have Timid. You can, again, leave it as Incarnate and then change it to Therian in-game. You know, the abilities, all that good stuff. Met, do not touch Met at all, as that's pretty much the Met location of them. Then you go to Stats, And just keep in mind, all legendaries have currently, all legendaries have 3 perfect IVs. So as you see, you have this 31 here in defense, special attack, and special defense. So if you wanted to play around that, you could take off a 31 here, throw it here. Typically what I do, just keep the IVs specific, is like you see here, we have this 31 here. I would put it a 1 since we're swapping it with that speed, and put the 31 there, just to make sure that they're on the exact same level, so you're not messing with any information at all. So you have that, and then attacks, again, stay within the green, you're fine. Other trainer, change it to your, well actually it'll be your stuff since you caught it in the game. And then once you're done with all that, again, right click, set. So now we have this box 1 here, Pokemon here. We'll keep the base Pokemon as EVs. As long as you follow that EV format, eventually you get the hang of it and you'll know what you're doing. You can just do it yourself, but all you want to do is just drag that EV in there. And honestly, once you have this Pokemon genned, you can literally switch to another Pokemon, since this will stay the same and just completely keep on doing what you're doing, as it will not flag illegal, as you already have that met location changed. As long as you don't touch that met location while you're genning, you can gen boxes upon boxes upon boxes of Pokemon. So just make sure that met location is the same. Now once you're done, you want to go ahead and click File, go to Export Save, Export Main. Most cases it's going to go straight to your file, but if you don't, just go ahead and locate your file real quick, click on it, hit that save, and hit yes to override it. Like I said, keep a gen file, keep a saved file. So now we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and swap over to the 3DS just so I can show you guys this Greninja in there. Now to keep in mind, make sure you import the save every single time you're done genning, otherwise you're going to go back to where you exported the save. And same thing when you're going to gen Pokemon, make sure you export a save. So if you give me just 1 second, we'll have a cut and then we'll switch over to 3DS. Alright, and we're all good to go. I don't know if I mentioned it beforehand, but just to go ahead and reiterate, you do need custom firmware. There is plenty of videos. You can actually go to 3dsguide.com, and that'll actually give you a breakdown of your software. I'm on 11.4, just to show you guys where it is capable of. I'm pretty sure it's capable on all firmwares currently. So just make sure it's compatible with your firmware, and then go ahead and follow the process. Now we're going to go ahead and go into Ultra Moon, as that's where we're genning from. And if you give it a second, it'll boot up, and then we can actually show you guys that it is going to be completely in the game. I don't know if sound's going to be in here or not. I have to work on that. I just brought this up real quick just to see. Alright, we should be all good. Sorry about that little cut again. I'm just using the streaming software since the capture card is on my old 3DS. And I do have a new 3DS now, so I don't necessarily have a 3DS with a capture card. And it is actually kind of possible now that you can go ahead and video capture without a 3DS capture card. So with that being said, as you guys can see, we do have the exact same Greninja. As you can see it on the screen here, I'll actually show you the attacks. We have Skull, Toxic Spikes, Dark Pulse, Eccentric. Stats, we have 286 HP, 203 attack, 178 defense, 377 speed, 305 special attack, 178 defense. Then you swap over, we have the egg from the egg helpers, today's date, and everything. And then we have it under demonic. Make sure you change it to yours. And then with that being said, we do actually have a completely completely legal Pokemon here. It's a shiny Greninja. Typically, you want to make sure that the Pokemon is shiny attainable before you go ahead and make it shiny, but it's Pokemon, If you want to make it shiny, you can go ahead and make it shiny. Just make sure it's all legal, as that is the point of this video. Now, with that being said, I do actually want to get back into doing YouTube, so if there's any kind of video you guys want to see, just let me know. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you leave a like, and if you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. But with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you go ahead. I already said what you need to do. See, that's what I'm saying. This whole thing is awkward now, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright.